church once again. Good to be back. I'm sure some of them are on their way. We'll just pray that they'll also join us safely. And by the time we just praise and worship, we'll be able to lift Him together. Amen? Before we get into a time to worship, before we praise, let's just contemplate from a verse that I've picked tonight so that it might encourage all of us together to praise Him and worship Him. It is from Psalm 16 to verse 8 to 9. This is what David says. I have set the Lord always before me. Because He is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad and my glory rejoices. My flesh also will rest in hope. I have set the Lord always before me. My heart is glad because He is there at the right hand. Now David, if you read Psalm 16, the whole psalm, he is not writing the psalm in the best of times or the best element. It's called a miktam, and every time he writes a miktam, it talks about a struggle. It talks about its pleading for deliverance. But in between, while he is writing, there are truths that come so strongly to the readers and to himself. And this is where he says that he is glad because he set his Lord before him. You see,
please, thank you, Jesus. Please.
When we have kids, when they are small, when they have fever, or when they have some kind of thing that is troubling within them, no matter what the case is, the best position kids find is to hang on to your parent, father or mother. Hug, cuddle as much as warmth as possible the baby gets, the child gets from the parent. We know it, not just by reading or just by me speaking. Through our own experiences we know, no matter what the child goes through, the best position it takes, the child takes, is to hug the parent as much as possible. The parent hugs the child back and then takes care of the rest. It's almost similar situation here. David is saying, no matter what struggle he's going through, whatever trouble he's going through, what he's facing and how the enemies are taunting him, he looks at the Lord and says, Lord, I have set you before me. I know my Lord is at my right, at the right hand. Therefore I will rejoice. The best position tonight, church, is to run to your Father, hug and rejoice. If it's a physical healing that you're looking for tonight, hug Him, be there, set Him before you and rejoice. Because this is the God David says. He never leaves His child alone. He never lets His anointed alone. It hurts Him to see His child go through trouble. This is the God who is at the right hand, whose name is Jesus Christ. And He said, even if one of you is wandering out, He will go there and pick him up as the lost sheep. No, He will not allow one to be lost from His hands. This is our God who is sitting at the right hand. This is our God whose name is Jesus Christ, who is there to receive you as you are. And David is saying, therefore, my heart is glad and I will rejoice. I will rest in this hope. Tonight, let us just bring ourselves to the Lord saying, Father, here I am. Father, here I am. With all my infirmities, with all my struggles, I don't want to be far away from you, Lord. When I lift my mouth and praise you, when I lift my heart and sing unto you, Lord, it is because I have set you before me, Lord. There is no one else, there is no name that will lift from our name except you, Lord Jesus. I know you are at the right hand of God. And we have come here, Lord, as a child runs to a parent, Lord God. We come to you with a childlike heart, hugging you so tight, oh Lord God. We don't know what is struggling, what is disturbing, but we do know whom we are hugging tonight, oh Lord God. It is you, Lord Jesus. Holy Spirit, flow through us. Flow through us tonight, Lord God. Though we are small, make us one tonight, Lord. Let us rise up before the King of Kings and Lord of Lords and set the Lord before you. hearts are heavy, if your soul is heavy, if your mind is wandering, lift His name and open your mouth and just lift the name Jesus. In the most loving way, in the most grateful way, in the most honest way, you know. The only thing you need to do is to bring your heart with your voice and call Him Jesus. Remember church, the song of how much the church earns, calling, my beloved, I am His and He is mine. Calls me as He's your Lord. And nothing else take the place of that voice of yours except Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Holy Spirit. You cry out, our Father, as we cry Jesus. You cry out, our Father, as we cry Jesus. Oh, it is me. Tonight we praise, we lift our voice in His name. like our Lord Jesus. There is no one like. There is no one like. There is no one like Jesus. There is no one like Jesus. You know why? Because he is Son of Man and Son of God. The whole song talks about what he has done for us. You know what he did? He came down to earth. And then what he did? He died for us. And then what he did? He conquered death and rose again. And what he did? He ascended. He is on the right hand side of God. The same thing what the prophet said in Psalms, in Genesis, in Exodus. Church, without conviction, don't sing these songs. Whatever is troubling you, make sure that your heart is in there when you sing these songs, because these songs brings victory for you. Confessing these songs will bring in deliverance. When you say, yes, I will follow you. When you say, as for me and my house will follow this God. Remember, Holy Spirit will point exactly in our lives where we have to make things in order. And Bible says, don't harden your hearts when you hear His voice. His voice will tell you when to get in line, when to get in order, because there is no one like Him. Because He is ever pleading for you. He is ever watching you. He is ever praying for you, Lord. Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord Jesus. No matter how prodigal we are, Lord, no matter how far we have fallen, your arms are never short to pull us out of God. Tonight I pray, Father, there are people with conviction, there are people who are struggling. Oh God, you are capable enough to bring in deliverance tonight, Lord God. I believe in a God who has delivered His people completely, Lord God. In your presence, there is joy of salvation, God. In your presence, there is peace, oh Lord God. Jesus, in your presence, God, there is no room for darkness. There is no room for darkness in any hearts tonight, God. The ones who are far away, who are not able to join us in this church, God, we lift them also, Lord God. Tonight we sing for them as well, God. Our voices will fill the gaps, God, tonight. When we pray, when we worship, Lord, we are not doing for ourselves, we are doing for the entire church, Lord God, here tonight. We come as a community, we come as a living church, Lord. We come as a living church, built together by your Holy Spirit, where you are the head, Lord Jesus. And to you, Lord, we lift our voices today.
change us, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Oh Jesus, you have always been faithful to us, O Lord, my Father Jesus. Jesus, when we have you with us, O Lord, my Father Jesus, we have never felt lonely. We have never felt alone, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus, you are so good, O my Father Jesus. You are so wonderful, O Lord, my Father Jesus. You are so amazing, O Lord. You are an awesome God, O Lord Jesus. No one, Jesus, could be high above you, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. You always will be among the high, O Lord God, my Father Jesus, among the highest, O Lord, my Father Jesus. Oh Jesus, you, O Lord, my Father Jesus. There is no one like you, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus, you are our strong refuge, O Lord, my Father Jesus. You are our strong rock, O Lord Jesus. Thank you, Lord, my Father Jesus, for helping us to lean on you, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus. We are standing here, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Only by your grace and mercy, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. In our sufferings, O Lord God, my Father Jesus, in our pain, O Lord, you give us strength, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus, you have never left us alone, Jesus, to suffer, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus, you have always picked us up, O Lord God, my Father Jesus, and held us so close to you, Lord God, my Father Jesus. Your presence, O Lord God, my Father Jesus, is so wonderful, O Lord Jesus. Oh, thank you, Lord God, my Father Jesus, for being in our life, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Bless your holy name, O Lord, my Father Jesus. We bless you, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. We lift your holy name on high, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Oh, Father Jesus. You are a miracle working God, oh my Father Jesus. Jesus, your word is always true, O Lord, my Father Jesus. Your promises are forever, O Lord, my Father. Jesus, we look up to you, Lord God, my Father Jesus, for you are our hope. You are our help, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. You are our joy, O Lord God, my Father Jesus. Jesus, no one can satisfy our soul like how you satisfy us, O Lord, my Father. Jesus, no one, Jesus, can fill our heart, O Lord, like how you fill, O Lord, my Father. Jesus, truly, Lord God, my Father, Jesus, you are an awesome God, my Father, Jesus. Yes, Lord, my Father, Jesus. Yes, Lord, Jesus. We will not be afraid of anything, O Lord God, my Father, Jesus, for you are with us, O Lord God, my Father. Thank you, Lord, my Father, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Jesus, thank you, Lord. Bless your holy name. Oh, Father, Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for being so compassionate to us, O Lord, my Father, Jesus, for being so loving to us, O Lord. Jesus, each day, Lord God, my Father, each day, Lord, you forgive us, O Lord God, my Father, Jesus, for you are a forgiving God, O my Father, Jesus. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Jesus, thank you, Lord. Jesus.
Church,
Jesus.
I ask you for a moment
Jesus.
just to think of that roadblock, the thing that stops you from getting into a deeper relationship with Jesus Christ. For a moment, you just close your eyes and imagine and list those things that are really stopping you from having a deeper relationship with Jesus Christ. Is it your job situation? Is it your finance? Is it a bigger place to stay? Is it your daily routine to serve your family that stops you from having a personal time? What is that stops you from having a deeper walk with God? That deep joy, that deep love. What is that stops you from preparing yourself to serve the Lord? Through worship, through songs, through preaching, through anything. What stops? Put that before you. Close your eyes and put that block before you. And how deep that troubles you, how deep that stops you, let it grow like a mountain before you. Come on. Let that difficult thing, let that thing that stops you to wake up early in the morning and call him Abba Father, let it grow like a mountain before you. That trouble, that block, that hurdle, the challenge, that never-ending situation, the never-ending cycle of life, the finance where you have no answer, let it grow like a mountain. Build it up like a mountain. How far you can build in your mind, build it up. That stops you from receiving Jesus tonight in His full power of resurrection, in His full knowledge, in His complete self. Let it grow up like a mountain before you. Let it become a mountain before you. And now, church, look to that mountains. Look to those mountains. We will sing a scripture. We will sing a song. No, scripture. No, a promise. A truth, Lord. Church, it's a truth for every believer. Look to that mountains. And we'll sing a scripture.
Comes
see your face in righteousness. And when we awake, Lord, we will be satisfied with your presence. And there will be no mountains anymore in our lives, so Lord. We know where does our help come from. As a church, we pray for everyone who has missed our praise and worship tonight, Lord God. Not willingly, Lord God, but a physical ailment has kept them away, Lord. We speak healing for them tonight, Lord God. It is a spiritual concern that keeps them away, Lord God. I pray you will restore the joy of their salvation and bring them back to the family of God, Lord God. Father, we speak to these empty seats, O Lord God. May your angels be seated tonight to receive your word in this house, O Lord God. It is not in the numbers. It is not in our might. It is not because of chariots or instruments. It is not because of horses of our skill, Lord God. It is because you are on our side. We are here, Lord God. We are never outnumbered because you are our number, Lord God. You alone remain our constant grace, our everlasting hope, our steadfast love. We speak, Lord God, to the mountains. Be removed in the name of Jesus. Let's be seated. Thank you, Lord. Praise His name. God is good. Sometime only at 6:30. All the time. All the time? God is good. Hallelujah. Since we don't have a special song from a special group of people, I think we'll get into the word of God, word of the Lord. Tonight we will have a Bible teacher who taught us several years ago about reminding us how many wives we should be having. She drove it home the point that we need to have only one. It was some years ago, but if you do not know that, you need to approach her and she wouldn't mind taking a revision class. But tonight, it will be another message from the Lord, and let's welcome our Sr.Biva to share the message of the Lord. Amen?
Praise the Lord.
Use the mic.
Praise the Lord, church. Again? Praise the Lord. It's always good to be in the presence of God. I don't know why everyone is smiling at me.
We're happy.
Huh?
We're happy.
Yeah, you are happy. Praise God.
Happy to see you.
Really, I thank God for this time. You know, in the book of Daniel, when we see the three servants of God is put into the fire, just like that. So yesterday, suddenly I got a call. Someone. So it's like, okay, because I'm in something else, I'm concentrating on something else. Call came, okay. I said yes. I didn't say no, I said yes. So actually, you know, Mama told me to prepare for many times. So I don't know, something or another thing is coming. Sometimes work, sometimes this, sometimes that. But yesterday, you know, really I was fully concentrated on something else. Dada Maria called me. I just say yes. I don't know. So I thought, okay, I have prepared before one, that is okay for me. You know, I just go and relax. But I was so busy, I forgot to take from my system that whatever I prepared. And somebody asked me in a bus, like, what's your plan for tomorrow? Then I remember, yes, I have a bigger plan for tomorrow because I forgot something. I'm on the halfway. When I came home, I prayed, I just say, Lord, what do you want me to share tomorrow? And God gave me something. I think I prepared and I couldn't sleep. After preparation, I couldn't sleep. I was wondering what's happening, why I'm not getting sleep. Because normally by 11, I'm almost there. But yesterday till 4:30 morning, I was awake. I couldn't sleep. Then again, I pray, Lord, what is this? Then something is always there in my heart. Actually, I always used to think, what is this thing exactly? So then I prayed. I said, Lord, if this is the one that you want to talk in the church to share with my family, then let it be. You know, everybody knows about the love, right? We heard from the many people, many servants of God about the love. And I think that is the biggest commandment that we have. You know, it's not about the 10 commandments we have in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, you know, the biggest commandment is love. And everybody know that what is love, right? You know, what is love? Don't say love is God, love is Jesus. Everybody knows that. You know, I was wondering, like, I'm coming from the background where we worship the idol before. Then we accept the Lord. You know, during my school days, if somebody will say love, what it came in mind? Can you remember those days? It's a heart, right? Big heart. That also red color. I'm not sure that, you know, our heart shape in that color. You know, it's like a leaf, red color. Then, you know, I remember my niece, youngest one, when we back to Nepal, me and my sister were drying our clothes and the youngest fellow was there. Actually, she bunked school that day. And her class fellows, they just pass by the road. They are just looking to her and they're just walking. And then my sister said, see Apsu, maybe they are your classmates, they are looking at you. Then she said, no, that guy is her love. That was her answer. We just look each other. What do you say again? She said, the guy and the girl, they were the boyfriend, girlfriend. And you know what age she was? I think she was 7 years old at that time. You know, the love. The children's mind is full occupied with that kind of love. You know. So we were wondering like how this love, when you see in the world, you know, everybody knows about the love. What is love? You know, if you ask like, I ask in the office, you know, sometimes, what do you mean by love? They have a different definition of the love. But at the end, everybody come up with that heart shape only, you know. Now in the mobile, it will pop off, you know, when you send the message. Heart will pop off with the love. So, when we see in the Bible, you know, there are different kinds of love, it was explained. One is a brotherly love, one is a God's love, one is a husband and wife love, you know, in a different terms. But when we see our life circle, you know, what exactly who we are is like a daily life, you know. We know like those people who are walking, everybody is walking here. Our daily life is early 5:40, alarm will ring. By closing our eyes, we go to washroom, have shower, then come, iron the dresser, then get dressed, get the bags and run to office. Face all those kinds of ups and downs in the office, come back tired back to the home. Then what we do? We eat, again we sleep. That's our normal routine. That's my routine actually. I don't know about others people, how they go. Same way when we look into the Bible, the historical book. It's like, you know, there is a freedom. You know, God given the choice and the freedom to the Israelite people. But what they do is they rebel against. Again, what they do, they go to the captive. After captive, they go to the restoration. Then they come back to, again to the freedom. We see this circle, you know, Old Testament, we keep on seeing this circle again and again. Then, you know, sometimes in my home, everybody says that I am the person who asks lots of questions. You know, I always ask, if somebody will bring something from the shop, I say, which shop? Who is the shopkeeper? Why did he give this one? Why that one? You know, I have lots of questions. Same way when I'm studying the Bible, when I read Bible, when I meditate the Bible, I have lots of questions. You know, where does love come from? Why this love? Why the God give the greatest commandment is a love? Why not to go and do something else? Why the Bible only speak about love, the greatest command, above everything, love your God with your all hearts and love your neighbor as yourself. And this is the toughest things, When you read in the Bible, it's very easy, Love your neighbors. Okay, I love you. I love you, I care for you. That's fast. But when you put into the practice about the love, it's very difficult, I was thinking for many times regarding this love, and why only in the New Testament it's because I Googled it. How many times love appeared? There are the numbers, But when I see in the Genesis, when in the beginning God created heaven and earth, I understand if God, in the Old Testament, in the beginning love was there. That's why God created human beings, correct? But what happened is, our grandparents, Mr. and Mrs. Adam and Eve, they did some mistake, and that love has cut off from there. Again, God loved us so much, again God gave His only Son to restore that love again. And today, we have a full Bible, and in Bible we always see about the love. And the biggest part of the love is if you go to the, everybody, if any Christian you ask, what is love? First thing is what is come in mind. They say, love is kind, love is patient, love is this, love is that. Because they quoted the Bible, love is mentioned over there. But, I asked somebody, what really Bible you talk about, what you think Bible is. Then, one of the Christian friend of mine, he says that Bible is for sinner. It's a sinner. Then he said, because I say, why you say so? He said me one thing is really, because we are a sinner, and the Bible is for us. He said that one. Then again, I always search somewhere, then somebody says this Bible is for a science book, somebody say Bible is a holy books. When I was in Chennai, back to India, I really have seen the Bible is a holy book. Big cover, they hold like this, big Bible. They will pray, Kartavi, Sotram. They go in the pulpit, and they put their Bibles. And I see pastor didn't open the Bible. And he start preaching. Because they worship the Bibles, They say it's too much holy books, they just worship. It's like some of the believers, like Catholic peoples, they put the Bible there and they put the candle on it. And they just worship the Bible. I have seen my friends doing. So, what I exactly, I try to understand what Bible means to me, not to others. I want to know what the Bible means to me. So I see the many verses about that one, what the Bible means to me. When I'm very sad, Bible is a happy book for me because it gives me the lots of promises. It gives me the assurance that I am here for you. Then when I go through that, then I come to know this Bible is a love book because God has given me the commandments. The greatest commandment of every other things is if you do something, other things, but the greatest is the love. So when I passing by that one, then one day what I understand is, Bible clearly talks in the 2 Corinthians 13, 4 to 8. Everybody knows that what is Bible talks about there. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 8. There says what is the Bible is exactly, right? What Bible say about the love exactly, here. And even when you see into the Galatians 5, 22 to 23, there also Bible says about the fruit of the Spirit is, first thing is love. Fruit of the Spirit is love. We talk about lots of things of love. Love is this, love is that, But today, I don't want to talk here about the love. We as a human beings, we only tend to see the positive side of, our life. We never want to expose our negative side to others. I want to discuss today, here is saying love suffer long, because I make from the NIV, it's the NKJV, okay. Here says the love is patient, love is kind, right? I don't want to talk about the love, what is love, but I want to discuss today regarding what love is not, I think this first Corinthians 13, 4 to 8, everybody is familiar about the love because now and then everybody quoted from there,
Somebody told me, back to when I was in India, somebody advised me, instead of love, put your name, fix your name over there, Then you read the Bible. Then you test yourself, are you really fulfilling the commandments of God? I have my study Bible, that is little big, so I can carry that one. In that mention that Biva is patience, Biva is kind. You try. Open your Bible and put your name on it, and you read it, and you feel really, then you will know, are you really following the commandments of God or not? I cannot tell about others, but I know about myself, It's been like 13, 14 years in the walking with the Lord. I never scored 100 out of 100s. I always fail in that. I'm saying true because this is not the, we are a family, that's why we can talk openly. I never fulfill, I didn't score 100 out of 100 in that. Sometimes I got mad, sometimes I'm very rude, Then, what I understand is, what love is not, is because, am I a patient or not patient, I don't have that kindness sometimes, I'm very rude to the people, why? Because I'm so frustrated about so many things. But each and every, when you go home, you try. You try yourself. Instead of love, you write your names. And you read, and you ask Lord, really I am fit for this one or not? Singing, preaching, worship the Lord, doing all the ministry and everything, you do everything. You see, when you see, let's start to me the Bible from Mathew. Mathew in a book, Mathew chapter 3 verse 10. What it says there? And even now the axe is laid to the root of the tree. Therefore, every tree which does not bear good fruits is cut down and thrown into the fire. This is the very scary verse for me. I'm really scared of this verse. When I read about this love, always, when I am not scoring 100 out of 100, these things stuck in my mind. The greatest commandment that God asked me to do, and I'm not scoring out of 100 to 100, and I'm saying at the end of the day, am I in this tree? Because here clearly says, it's not only the unbelievers who is going to punish. Because X is already laid on the tree. If we are not in that standard of the love, see, example, everybody in UAE, I can say UAE or India, anywhere, the part of the world, we don't have that kind of patience heart, Everyone, we want just like this. We want just fast service. Driving, somebody coming, all actions will be there. Standing in the queue, you just came just now, please go back. We want to rush. We don't have that kind of patience. Example, ATM. When you are going to ATM, what do? We put card, we make legs like this, hands like this, then we put PIN numbers. Still we don't have patience, we just want fast service. But still we put already PIN number, we cannot go away. We have to wait until the machine will say, your credit, whatever it is. Then only we get the money, With that's kind of impatience we are. I am too much. Sometimes I have to finish my work and I see the time, oh my goodness, my boss will just leave me, then I have to go to taxi, then go to metro, then metro to Karama to again walk. I shouldn't miss my bus, I'm so impatient in work. And when I'm settled down, when I'm in the bus, I'm saying, Biva, your mark is wrong today. Because you are not so patient today. Because in my Bible, study Bible, it says Biva is patience, Biva is kind. I remember, when her visa, that Nepal problem has done, the airport didn't allow her to fly and all those things. I was so mad that day, if any Nepali people come in front of me, I blast them. I'm telling you. So mad on this people group. I'm Nepali, I know that. that verse in my PC, in the down. Biva is kind, Biva is, I want to follow in the office also that one. But I say your mark has gone. Khalas. You cannot be that one today. You fail. So my question today is my, love. We talk about so much about the love to the people. Love is patient, love is kind. But are we really following that one? Who we are in the real? You just count as the opposite of it. If say that love is kind, you just say unkind. How many times you become unkind a day? When you see that, it say love doesn't boast. How many times we boast a day? It says that love like never easily angry. How many times we get easily angry? Somebody will just hit you by walking and say, what is that? Suddenly our reaction will come. Really, inside the church we are so holy, 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 holy. Right after we go, we don't follow that. Honestly, I'm talking about the practical life that I've been through, and I'm struggling in this for a long, long, long time to get the 100 out of 100. At least one day. But I never become the 100 out of 100. So I always think, Lord, am I really going to be this one? Are you going to cut me at the end of the day? And also, when we look at the Bible verse, Mathew 7:21-23. Mathew chapter 7, 21-23. It talks about not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. Many will say to me in the day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, cast out demons in your name, and done many wonders in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never know you. Depart from me, you will be practice lawlessness. Can you imagine this thing happen? This many years, we are coming church for what? At the end of the day, when we are in there, God say, I don't know. It's not because you didn't worship the Lord. It's not because you didn't give your offering in the tithes. It's not because something else that you did for the Lord. It's only because you are not abiding in that love. We didn't love the Lord with all our heart, strength and soul. That's the commandment. And we didn't love our neighbor as ourselves. This verse is very easy to say. It's saying, it's easy to supply, but hard to apply on ourselves. Supply is very easy. Just write supply, no money, nothing will go. But when you start to apply, it causes many things. It causes many damage in our life. We are in the race. Everybody knows. I asked in my office, the guy who came from Maharashtra, he brought some prasad, the offering to idols. And he said that he just gave. Because I saw some red color on it. Then my question is, this is for what? He said, oh, I went to some goddess for a success before I come to UAE, that is a prasad. Then I say, okay, I say, thank you. I just say, thank you. You just think it's very tasty. I say, thank you that I have an option. It's a sweets, right? I don't take sweets. I just say and avoid that one. So, that later on, while tea time, I asked why you do, because everybody want to go heaven. I have a colleagues, they are following the Islam. They also want to go heaven. I have a friends who are Buddhists, they believe in karma, they also want to go heaven. Everybody in the race of going heaven. Everybody is going race of heaven. And the prince of this world is very clever. It's very clever. I have seen one video that another day, in Japan, I saw the train, I don't know how many of you see. The train, how easily they change the tracks. Just small pieces, they just join, the train goes to the different direction, Then I realized our life also is the same. We are in the track. We are running the race. Why we are running the race? I am running the race because I believe in Lord because I want to go heaven. Okay? I believe the Lord because I want to get that crown on that day. And And I want that, the day that when I approach to the white throne judgment, I want my Lord to say, I know this, Biva. You are my child. And enter into the kingdom of God. Everybody running for that one, right? No other. Or we are running for, we will get the government job up there. No, nobody is running for that. We are nobody running that we will get the $millions jackpot over there. No, everybody is running. There are nobody wanting all those things, But the thing is, when we are running the race, many of us, we don't realize when and how we change our track. In school days, we run the marathon race, right? There is no track. There is no track mentioned that you have to run. Everybody running. Same way we are running. Most of I heard the preacher, they are saying we are running the race, and that race only belongs to believers. We are running the race. I have heard many people saying that. No. I don't know how many of you agree or disagree. I believe personally, we are running together with everybody. We are running the marathon race. We don't know who will be the winner. We don't know. But in that track, the prince of this world, he is just changing our line, just shifting. Today while coming, I was talking to Dada, we don't know when and how we change the track. And when the diversion will come, then only we realize we are in the wrong. Now, in Dubai, in India, in our country, you can jump the car from this way to that way. Nobody will do anything. But here, until and unless you will not get U-turn, no way. In Dubai, you don't have a U-turn. In Sheikh Zayed, you don't have a U-turn. You have to go till Dubai, then you have to turn from the flyover and come back to Abu Dhabi. That's just our life. That's our Christian life. We are in this world. We are saying that we are so loving people. We are so kind people because we are a believer. We just say we are a holy, holy, holy one. We are 100% guaranteed. We will be there. 100%. Not 100,000% guarantee. But what about our deeds? What about the commandments of God? Either we follow perfectly or not. I used to wonder sometimes. I used to remember, I asked some child actually, that is unbeliever child, then what is love and what is love is not. Then he draw, love is a heart, love is not is one arrow is passing under the heart, that is love is not, it's a crash, it seems, break up. That is not love. If the heart is there, that is love. If arrow is passed by, that is not love. I was wondering, this guy only is a standard 2 and he knows all about heart, going arrow from here and there, So I was wondering. Then I just meditating on that love, then I understand, when we are running the race, we believers, I myself, sometimes, I feel that I am standing on the solid rock because I am the kind today, I did this thing today, I did that things today, I am in the solid rock. But we don't know when and how we are standing on the sinking sand. We don't realize until the day of the Lord will come. That is one of the dangerous part. I feel this is one of the dangerous part. I always scare. I don't scare that tomorrow I will die or today I will die. I don't scare. I only scare about only these things, The Lord will say, Biva, I don't know you. What will happen? You cannot say, Lord, you calculated how much I give you. Give me back. Because you didn't allow me to enter, give me back. You cannot say that. People, they think this, we are in the love. Love is this, love is that, love is so, love is so. There is love of explanation, is love is there. But nobody is telling what love is not. We should not only focus on the positive part. We always see the shadow of what is happening here. In the sense like, if I am kind, and I am saying, Bible says because love is kind. It's my Bible study, Bible says that Biva is kind. But in reality, who I am? I am not a kind person. I am very rude sometimes. It means that I am not fulfilling the commandment of the Lord. Then how can I approach and I say, Lord, I have done this thing to you, I have this thing to you, I have this thing to you, and then Lord will say, I don't know you, Biva. Then what will happen to me? Then I will say, Lord, I have done this thing to you, I have this thing to you, I have this thing to you, and then Lord will say, I don't know you, Biva. Then what will happen to me? Then I will say, Lord, I have done this thing to you, I have this thing to you, I have this thing to you, and then Lord will say, I don't know you, Biva. Then what will happen to me? It's I don't know how many of you scare or not, but I really scare about my life. Whenever I go through this verse, I'm really scared. I want to dream about the heaven. I want to dream about what is there. But so it's not that I'm doubting, but I'm doubting about my deeds. It's really my deeds is feet on what the God asked me to do. We are in UAE. We cannot easily go and preach the word of God in the street. We cannot go and tell the love of Jesus to everyone on the street. We cannot do that. Only one thing we can do is we kneel down and we pray. And when we think the person is really confident enough to talk about the love of Jesus, then only we can go and share the love of God. Until then, we cannot do that, But here today in our life, what we are lacking is, this love. Outward, we are fully loved people. Why? We are believers. Believers supposed to be loved. In India or Nepal you go, they always unbelievers say, why this believer they talk so politely, oily way? Suddenly the person who is very fighter, after becoming to the Lord, he will become so silent. He start crying. The person who always hit people, after becoming to the Lord, he start crying. People they see the difference. And they say, why this Christian they suddenly they change themselves? Okay, for example, real example is my brother. He smoked a lot before. Okay? He drinks, smoke, his life is different. Suddenly one day, his daughter got devil possessed and God healed her. And he stopped everything suddenly. And my relatives, my cousins, they are wondering how it become like this. How a person can stop just for one day itself. The day he accepted the Lord, next day almost nothing. No alcohol, no smoking, nothing. I also surprised to see that. How the power of God, how the love of God can change. And now the question is, he believed, he accepted the Lord. Now his temper is too high. I always explain to him, see, it's not that you did this thing, you will be, say, pardoned. What we do to the parents, it's like, Mom, I did these things. Isko maaf kar do na yaar. We say, just forgive this one. I did this much good things now, you just forgive. God will never going to do that. So you and I need to evaluate our life like where we stand. Where we stand. See, when you look to this about the love part, there are many portions there in the Corinthians 13, 4-8. Is love is patient, kind, does not envy, boast, proud, dishonor, When you see the book of Isaiah 40 to 31, can you give me that one? Yes. But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not to be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Once we obey the love of God, when you be patient, when you be impatient. When you be impatient, you will not follow this one. When you be patient, when any circumstances it could come to you, when you be so patient, you will be renewing this way. Bible clearly talks about it. When you go to the, let's see about proud. Proverbs 16, 18 and 19, what it says. Proverbs 16, 18, 19. Pride goes before destruction. Pride goes before destruction. How many of us we are proud of ourselves? Everybody. Why? I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. One or another way, everybody have this one. I also have. I'm proud, I'm very fat. See my sister? She's very thin. I'm very proud, I'm very fat. This kind of blessings, all the people will not get. Only some special people will get. See, blessing also raise hand. So only special people, everywhere, it's just joke apart. But one way or another, everybody has that pride. It says that pride goes before destruction. Bible clearly says. And what we'll see in the Corinthians, that love doesn't have pride. Are we ready that one? Are we our standard? That's what I'm beginning. I said I never get 100 out of. I think sometimes I get 100 out of 10. There is a day I get 100 out of 2. You know, most of the time 100, 0. I fail all the time. I fail. You know, I always come to the Lord. I say, Lord, I fail. Help me to do this one. And you know, when you ask Lord to help you for something, what God will say? I know. God will say, I know. Example. If suppose you go to the tailors, you know, suppose your pants pocket got torn, you go to tailors, they will say, sir, can you fix this one? Can you stitch? What he will do? First he will say, I know. Okay. Then what he will do? He just stitch that pocket side. Have you been to tailor? What they will do? They torn out everything, right? Just for stitching this much, they torn out from up to down. And they make opposite side. Then put it to the machine and then they stitch. This is our life. The God deal with that way. When we go through the process to abide in that love, fulfilling the great commandment of love, we have to be through that process. You know, when what we pray, we will not get that things. But we will get another things to go through under that process. Same thing happened. When, I know, because I'm talking about myself. I have been through this one many times. Everyday life, every day. You know, I was telling to Dada, I have sent one apology letter to my management. They said that I am not polite enough on my mail. I have written my dad, sir, tomorrow I will not be coming to office because I am having an appointment with the doctor. Kindly allow my leave so that I can go and see the doctor. And same pattern I used to send before also. But my new boss says it's not polite enough. So in my mind, sorry, he's from Kerala. I am saying in my mind, next mail I will bring coconut oil and place on the mail and send with the coconut oil. So it will be more polite enough, more slippery enough. My mail will be. That's in my mind. You know, that's in my mind. But when I'm sitting in front of my PC, then I say, Biva, you should be patient and kind. You know, it's written here. I say, okay, Lord is very hard. Then I type, I'm sorry. It's not my intention to say. I don't know what polite means for him. I don't know which word make him polite. I don't know. But I said, Lord, I'm humbling myself. It's not. I don't know. I don't understand what polite he is looking for. But I write long email saying apology, sorry. After receive mail in their inbox, then just I look like this. They are doing it like this. They are doing like this. So, you know, first thing, it really makes me angry, you know. But when I see in that PC, Biva is kind, Biva is this, Biva not those, Biva is not get easily angry, then I say, Lord, 1 mark. Today I got it 1 mark. But what about the rest of the others mark? You know. So, for me, reading Bible is like reading a comics book. You know. I enjoy a lot. And I try to fit myself in that particular character where I am fitted. You know, I meditate Bible in that manners. Maybe I learn in that manners when somebody taught me. I try to, whenever I meditate Bible, I try to fit myself in that. You know, that's why somebody told me write your name instead of love. Then you will realize how much you fulfilling the commandment of the Lord. You know. So, as we are looking this destruction, I am telling you, you know, it's very dangerous. You know, playing with the love of God and not obeying the commandment in this. See, we preach about prophecy, we preach about so many things. We preach about money, this, that, so much of things we preach, we hear everything. But what about the weakness of us? Which is inside? Only you know, only I know. You know, there is a saying sorry, it makes a great courage. If you say it need a great courage because you curse your ego and you say sorry. And giving sorry, giving forgiveness to others, it takes a double courage to give forgiveness. Okay, whatever you have done to me, sorry, I forget. But we don't forget. We keep the records of wrong. You know, that's what the Bible says. Love doesn't keep the records of wrong. But are we really that one? I am not. I wait for the right time. I wait for the right time. Even I say to the Lord, Lord, I am waiting for the right time. I say, He is my Father. He understands me. I say, Lord, but I know that is wrong. It's not fit in that category. But still I say, Lord, when the time also comes, times also comes. What thing happen is come. That time, you know, they will want to make you to itching. You say this word, you write this one, you point the finger, this, that. You know, that's how the devil is using commandment of God in a different manners. You know, sometimes I know what I am doing wrong. My heart is saying, but my mind, you know, devil can read our minds. He always play with our minds, play with our thoughts. That's how we are intended to go away from the Lord. Because devil doesn't want that at the end of the day, God will say, I know you, I know you, I know you. He doesn't want. He wants to take all of us in his team. He knows better. Maybe we don't know that much Bible, he knows better Bible. So he just play opposite of it. You know. And then what happened with the Grandma Eve? Because of him, because of David, she ate the fruits, and today we are here. Because he just play opposite of what the God says. Same thing. I ask question to some of my friends about these things. They say love is this, loving kindness. When the people they say you are so loving, you're sweet. I say no, Baba, don't look at my face and don't look my thing. I know who I am really is. I can hide from you. I cannot hide from the pastor. We see me every day. So, my dear ones, you know, instead of, you know, the greatest commandments, you know, until unless we don't have that love in us, you know, we cannot please God. You know, there are the churches. I'm really blessed with this church with a small number of people. Because everybody knows my name. Everybody knows what I am, who I am, what is happening towards my life. Everybody knows here. But when you go to the biggest congregation, do anybody knows you? Even pastor even don't know you. If nobody knows, nobody who comes, who goes, nobody cares. Only they need a big worship group here, music group here. Pastor will come and give the Hebrew translation, Greek translation, Arabic translation in the preaching, everything he did. He give all his theology and everything. But what the end of the time? God will say, I don't know you. He will say, Lord, I preach about that Hebrew, you know, you remember that? I said, I don't know you. Who asked you to translate? See, love also like that. You know, we make fun. I also laugh sometimes myself. When so many things come in my mind, I used to laugh, what is this, Biva? What you are thinking? But at the end of the time, God will ask these things. God will not see how much you earn in UAE, how big house you have. God will not ask you at the end of the time. God will ask you, are you really fulfill my commandments? The two commandments. In both the two commandments, what is there? There is love. Always there is love in both the commandments. Now, when you go love, you know, somebody told me something, biggest things about the love. When I was doing a plumb line in Y1 DTS, they talk about the plumb line is a part of plumb line is you know, when the construction people they make a house, and in order to measure the straightness, they have little bit down and with the rope, you know, they measure. So that time somebody told me, you know, this great commandment of God, God will measure with us that one with the plumb line. You know, our life body structure, good thing is this much, bad thing is this much, angry is this much, boast is this much. We are not stable. Nobody will be very slim and trim on the side of the Lord. Whoever in the physical slim and trim, I really, I really boost myself. When I see the good person, good figure like my sister, no fats, I boost myself. In this earth, you will be slim, no problem. There, I want to become slim there. Why? Because in the sight of the Lord, when I go on the end time, when the God will in front of me, I want to be perfect there. You are very best, good, come. I want that one. So he explained me the commandment of the Lord is two greatest commandments like a plumb line. God will measure us. Why? Because greatest commandment is to love the Lord with your soul, strength, everything you have. Are we are doing everything? We serve the Lord with money. What about our heart? What about our mind? What about our strength? Strength we take out only in getting angry, getting boast ourselves. So many things, negative things, When we see people talk about love, nicely I enjoy when people talk about the love. But people, they don't talk about the side effect of the love, Actually, I really judge myself all the time. No, Biva, my mind says this thing. My heart says something else. So when we see this love, the plumb line that God is always doing, in daily life, what I learned from the YWAM, in a daily life, you have to measure yourself with the plumb line, that rope. Always you have to measure, Every day, every hour we have to measure ourselves. Why? Because the coming of the Lord is very near. Same like a historical book, we are happy. We got, revealed to the Lord. We come to the captive. Why we came to the captive? Because we didn't follow the commandments of the Lord. Because we boast ourselves. Because we envy others. We are very short-tempered. We are not kind. All these are captive. We are the captive in the hand of devil. Then once we repent, the restoration will come. God talks about in Revelation, when you see the Revelation 2, 4, 5. Can you put that one? Revelation, chapter 2, 4, 5. Nevertheless, I have this against you, that you have left your first love. Remember therefore, from where you have fallen, repent and do the first work, or else I will come to you quickly and remove your lampstand from its place, unless you repent. Many times people, they misinterpret the scripture. They say it's only for the church. Who are the church? You and I are the church, right? It's for you. This verse is for you. This verse is for me. Until and unless we will not repent about what we are talking about, the love. We talk easily, love is good, love is kind, But at the end, when we will not repent, what will happen? There's the same thing it talks about in the Bible, in the Mathew. It says, Lord, Lord, I did this, I did that. I don't know you. Same thing, God will remove this lampstand from us. From your life, from my life. God doesn't want the, performance. Actually, God wants the relationship. How is our relationship with Him? I cannot judge anyone. Not anybody can judge me. How my personal walk with the Lord is. But at the end of the day, you can judge yourself. How is your relationship with the Lord? Because at the end of the time, this thing is going to happen. I'm not saying. Bible is saying that. End of the time, these things 100% will happen. Repent. This is the right time, It says, until and unless we will not ask sorry or repent, things will be changed in a very different manner. Nevertheless, I have this against you. Imagine Jesus will say, I have something against you. What will happen? Viva, I have something against. Okay, imagine Dada Prince will say to Dada Nelson, I have something against you. What do you feel? Oh my goodness, what is that? Have I harmed him? So many things will come. But imagine God Himself saying to us, nevertheless, I have this against you. If God will say, then what will happen to us? Repent. And imagine, one day, whose example I will take? My beloved brothers are there. Okay, one day Br.John will come to Didi Blessy and says, Blessy, I don't love you anymore. But I take care of Esther, I take care of Ezra. Everything I will do it, everything. But I don't love you anymore. What will happen? This blessing, you will take that words? Never, nobody will going to take that words. Same like, what we are doing. We are saying same thing to the Jesus. We are saying same thing to the Lord. Lord, we don't love you, but we do everything. Tithes, offering, going to the preaching, worship, music, Bible study, this, falana, everything we will do. Everything we will do. But we cannot give that love to you. I remember before going to Bible college and after coming from the Bible college. Before going to Bible college, I am so blank. I take Word of God as it is. Exactly it is. If I don't understand, I ask Lord what it is. God will explain. I understand. But after going to Bible college, there comes theology. They really spoil the mind. You go to the lots of translation, you go to this, you go to the Greek, you go to Hebrew. I don't understand one thing. When the preacher comes, all the congregation, they don't understand Greek and Hebrew. Why they take the translation of it? And why they try to explain it? Make it simple, you understand, make it simple. It's like when you, in the words, sorry to take it, in a Greek word, divorce is word as a feeling. It's same like we are divorcing Christ Jesus. Why? Because we are not fulfilling the commandments of God. We think that we are married to the Lord. But what Lord asks us to do, are we really following that? Are we following the category of love? Are you fit on that? That will be the scary part for me. One day, I was just walking. Suddenly something, I felt in my heart that, I was in a ministry that time. I feel the dryness within myself. I was in the biggest ministry called Believer Church Ministry. Morning, prayer. Morning, then Bible college teaching, this, till night, you are full pack of ministry. Full pack of ministry. And when you come home, when you go to bed, you just say, thank you, Jesus, and you just sleep. You don't have that time, You don't have that love to give to the Lord that He demands from us. The relationship, we don't have that time. So I feel so dryness within myself. And I feel like, my life has got a hole. When I'm just joining down. Then I make a choice. I just say, I'm not going to do ministry anymore. I want to go somewhere and renew my spirit. Then I went to Viva for DTS. That really helps me. And then I realized, and then I start to pray to the Lord, Lord, wherever you want to take, you just take. I'm ready, I'm available on it. Then God brought me to UAE. But after coming here now, after the 7 years, I feel the same kind of feelings inside of me. That's what I talked to Dada Maria also another day. We are not only called for these things. Are we really called only for a job? 8:30 to 5:30? No. What is our main reason to be here? What is our, the main here is the love of God and His grace that we are here. And His love is we are here. But at the end of time, again I calculate myself, am I fit in that love of God? Am I fit into the Corinthians, what love is exactly it says? Am I fit or am I not? So more, I prepare something else. I was so heavy heart in the morning. I couldn't sleep till 4:30. Then I just said, Lord, what do you want me to prepare for it? I just blanked myself. I closed, then I supposed to send something to computer, laptop, the mail. My mouse didn't work. So network became so slow. I didn't prepare anything in the, normally I make everything in laptop. So I take out a notepad and I start to write. Whatever God wants me to write, just I write. The love of God is really important in our life. And our love towards Him. Because God doesn't want the performance, He wants the relationship from us. If we keep that good relationship with Him, we follow the standard of that love, then I don't think so we need to worry about this one. If you and I, we are running the race, and if we keep our eyes on the track, which is Jesus Christ, whom we are trying to reach, if we put our eyes on that, I don't think so we need to be scared of this verse. When we are running, we must be watch out. Because the prince of this world is always trying to track, our way paths. Everybody watch the Harry Potters, right? I watched Harry Potter. There, one scene is there. They have a staircase keep changing. Have you watched that scene? There is a staircase. It keeps changing. People will confuse where to go and how to go. Same thing is happening today in our life. The same thing exactly happening. Though our body is here, though we are worshipping the Lord, our body is here, mind is here, but what is the inner soul? Where we are today? The love of God is really matters, and for me, Galatians it says the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, these things. When we accept the Lord, fruit of the Spirit is always in us, already in us. Because we accept the Lord. What do you think that, why we accept the Lord? It's just because of our mind and strength? No. It's because of Holy Spirit lead us into that position. That's why we accept the Lord. So when we accept the Lord, fruit of the Spirit is already in us. It's already, God provided in us. That love is already there. But which way we are going to be in the love? Which way we are going into the category, It's my request. When you meditate, you just try once. Put your name in that. And you really amaze what God's really want to speak. Trying to talk to you in that. Always God speak in me in this manner. That's why in my system I always try. So instantly my eyes will go and I will be, it's like a horse who is very wild. Suddenly somebody pull from back, then you will get the break there. So same thing that verse do always to me. When I'm getting mad, when I try to become unkind, that verse always reminds me, Biva, don't cut your numbers. Because at the end of the day, I don't want that God said, I don't know you. I don't want that. Because Word of God says, the axe is already here in the tree. We don't know when and how it will be cut. We don't know that. People says, only non-believers will go into the fire. No. Nothing like that. Many believers will also be there who don't follow the commandments. The two greatest commandments. Simple commandment. Love your God with your strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. I pray that, including me, that this love of God be with us, we be able to justify, what really God want us from. Because we just read Bible, we meditate Bible, we only see the good part of the Bible. We never think like, if I am not do this one, what will happen? The happen is this one. Nevertheless, I have this against you, that you have left your first love. The first love, the love that we accept the Lord. That time, what is our feelings? The zeal, the closeness, the relationship. That's what I am saying. Before I go into Bible college, I am Pakka believers. After going to Bible college, graduate, I evaluate. Somebody preach. Okay, it's from the Bible. Which verse it is? It's really correct? It's not correct. That things is came. That things. So, be a simple believer. Whatever the word of God says, one day or another day we have to face. But if we follow the commandments of God, greatest commandment in the Bible, not the 10 commandments, greatest commandment, just simple, love. If you follow love, you can see the category of love, what are the love defined as, and you see are you fit in that or not. So, next time when I come, we will talk more about this. Yeah? I call Br.John, Nelson Dada, or whoever lead worship or pray. And I leave these things to you. Please try it. In 1 Corinthians, just try it. Put your name. And you just try once. I'm telling you, you love it. And when you read that one, the smile will come in your face. Why? It's not the happy smile. The smile will come and remind you, thus far I am what I am. What I was doing. I am ready on this. That smile will come. May God bless you all.
Let's all stand up in the presence of God. As we sing this song, let's take our offering. Love with everlasting love, let my grace and love to know. Gracious day from above, thou hast shown me the song. Oh, this good and perfect peace, oh, this transport more than love. In a love which cannot see, I am his and he is mine. In a love which cannot see, I am his and he is mine. Heaven above is soft and blue, and the love is sweet with me. Something lives in every you. Christ as eyes has never seen. Must be glad the song fulflow. Flowers weep, but beauty shines. Since I know, and now I know, I am his and he is mine. Since I know, as now I know, I am his and he is mine.
Father, we thank you once again for coming in so much of force of love, Lord God, reminding us through every word that came from your servant, Lord. Father, that there is nothing besides your love that has brought us to you, and there is no future for us, Lord God, if we do not abide in that love of Christ, Lord God, and share that kind of love. Father, tonight I pray that even the offering that was extended tonight, may those hearts that have given has given it out of love, Lord God, for you and your kingdom works, Lord God. Let us not take anything for granted, Lord God. Everything should have the stamp of the love of Christ, Lord God. In our talk, in our walk, Lord God, in our thoughts, as we step out of this sanctuary, Lord God, let us reach out to the ones who missed in this church with this love, Lord God. As much as you love them, Lord God, let us as believers live out that love and learn the hard side of love, Lord God. It is easy to speak, Father, but you showed us the way what love is in the eyes of Christ. If our Lord has taken it upon Him and He is expecting His disciples, Lord God, to be disciplined enough by this love, let us be disciplined enough, Lord God. So that when the time comes, Lord God, may that first love be found in us. When we work, Lord God, may we work with that first love and not out of anything else, Lord God. Thank you, Jesus, for being this love in flesh and blood and in spirit, so that it becomes easy for us to carry your yoke, Lord God. And as we dwell on you and this love and everything that was given to us tonight, Lord God, may the peace that surpasses all understanding, Lord God, fill each one of us, Lord God. May your grace be upon us. May the spirit of love be upon us, Lord God, as we depart from this house. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.